Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Embracing Your Essence on Lilydale Radio. I will just see how we're going to do here tonight. So I am Colleen Vanderzijden. I am an intuitive life coach. I am a registered medium here at Lilydale Assembly. And the name of the show is called Embracing Your Essence. I'm just checking a couple of issues. We're trying a new technique right now. I want to make sure it's working. There's always something, isn't there? But anyway, I am Colleen Vanderzijden. The name of the show is called Embracing Your Essence. Today we are going to be talking about using your energy to change the world. But before we get to all those details, let me just share some other things first. Lilydale Assembly will be opening June 26th, I believe is the date. It will be a limited opening, so only a certain number of people will be allowed through the gates during the day. The hours now for coming to Lilydale during the day are between 10 in the morning and 7 at night, so it has been slightly changed. So I did want to tell you that. So you can connect with Lilydale and find out what's going on if you check out their Facebook page, Lilydale Assembly Incorporated. You can also go on the website, which I do not believe is quite updated yet, but lilydaleassembly.org. Yes, that's correct. And you can connect with me at Colleen Vanderzijden, Medium and Intuitive Life Coach on Facebook and ColleenVanderzijden.com. So today, let me know if you're out there. Just give me a little message. I want to see if the messages will pop up. I just, every time I try something different on here, I get really confused. So I think everybody can pop up, but if somebody would just pop up just to tell me, that would be awesome, that you're there and everything is good. Just say hi or something. And otherwise, we'll just continue on. So I do want to mention my spiritual growth and support group that I have on Facebook. It is pinned, information on it is pinned at the top of my Facebook page, and anyone can join it. And we are going to be talking about all sorts of things in there to help you with your spiritual growth as you go. So today we are going to be talking about, like I said, using your energy to change the world. And again, I'm just looking to see what I've got going. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Technology, it's always something for me. I can't even tell you. So, well, anyway, I hope you can all leave comments because I do want to hear your comments and your questions and all of that. That would be awesome if I knew if it was working. But that's okay. I'm just going to talk. So today, like I said, we are going to talk about using your energy to change the world. And part of this, it's changing the world, but changing your world, changing your life. And you can use your energy to get all of that going. And we love when we get to do that, because when we're creating something here in this life, we are changing our energy, we're putting our energy out there, and we're allowing people to connect with us, and we're creating a oneness. This is a little bit of a continuation of my talk from last week, where I talked a little bit about the consciousness shift and how the shift is exposing the darkness. And the darkness is anything that goes against the fact that we are all one. We're moving into this new dimension, this higher dimension of love, connection, and compassion, all in that context of oneness. Okay, and I know some of you are watching because I can see that, but okay, I'm gonna try something. I want to see about comments, and you can't tell me if you're commenting if I've got this set wrong. I do not know. I'll just do this. I just clicked on everybody. You can comment, but only like after 10 seconds or something. So maybe people's comments will pop up. I don't know. I hope that you can comment, because it's so much fun when I get to talk to you. Otherwise, we're just going to go with it. So talking about this consciousness shift and how we can intentionally use our energy to connect with other people. As we advance through this consciousness shift, we begin to live life from a higher level. We start to live from the energy of our soul, really, in essence. And when we live in this light, we are changing the world. We're changing the areas around us. We're changing ourselves. We're changing everything. And today we're going to talk about some ideas of how to work with that energy, how you can embrace it and use the soul's limitless and powerful energy. And we're also going to talk about how to send energy to other people. We are all energetically connected to everyone, and we can play with our energy and send it out, strengthening those connections, uplifting and inspiring other people. We can transform negativity. We can support people. We can create that oneness. And this, I have a great story about this because this past week I had to go and get some blood work done. And as I was there, the woman who was helping me was not very friendly. She was very curt. She didn't respond to anything I really said. She just seemed to be really unhappy. So I kept trying to make small talk, just kind of get a smile out of her, and it wasn't working. So I thought, what can I do? So I started sending her energy. So I stopped talking and I just sent energy as much as I could. And as I did this, I wasn't thinking about anything in particular. I wasn't trying to manipulate her. I wasn't trying to get her to like me or look at me in a positive way or anything like that. I was trying to send her positive, loving, kind energy. And it is a key point because I wasn't sending it to be nicer to her, have her be nicer to me. I was sending it so that she would be happier. I just wanted her to be happy. So I had this pure motive. I was operating as best I could from the highest perspective. I wanted to send positive energies to her. So when we send energy to people, intention is essential. We want to make sure it is the highest intention possible. One of love, light, compassion, kindness, peace, empathy, whatever feels right to you. So as I was sending this to her, and I wasn't making it overtly obvious or anything. I just stopped talking, and then I was sending the energy. Within 2 minutes, it was probably closer to 1 minute, she started talking to me. She opened up and started sharing some frustrations with her job, some frustrations with other issues, more personal issues. As we were talking, she felt very safe and accepted, apparently, because she was telling me all sorts of things that you don't just tell a person that you've just met. And even though I've worked with energy before, for many years, like 20 years, even though I've worked with this for many years, I still look at this and how it works and the results with some wonder and some awe. Like, how does this happen? Energy work is so simple. It's a simple action on my part, but it can create that new reality, and it can create a whole new experience with connection. Life isn't supposed to be complicated. It's supposed to be simple and easy. We make it complicated with our human rules and our conditioning, and we look for problems, we create problems, we live in fear and we create more fear. We get affected by things that are happening around us naturally, of course, and these things can really affect how we feel, what we're thinking, and how we're experiencing life. We tend to dismiss the positive things. We focus on the uncertainty and all of that. But life is so much simpler than we can imagine. We've built up these layers around us of how life should be, how it should work. And then we're unhappy with what we've created because we've actually created so much of what's happening around us. I'm not going to get into the big issues of all that. But we're not living with the one true rule. And that rule is to live in the love. And what is love? Love is an energy. It is an energy that connects all people, and this is that concept of oneness that I've been talking about for a few weeks now. It's a feeling, that loving feeling. So if you are just joining in right now, I am Colleen van der Zijden. The name of the show is called Embracing Your Essence, and it is Lily Dale Radio. And for some reason, you people cannot comment for me, which is so sad. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know what, technology, things just get weird on us. So I'll click on only your followers will be able to leave comments, and maybe that will help. I don't know. I wish I knew. But anyway, I'm sorry, I can't fix it because I don't know what the problem is. But anyway, if you are connecting, I'm Colleen van der Zijden, medium, intuitive life coach, help people live their lives. So when we're living in this love energy, when we're using our energy to create love, to be in the love, What we're doing is we're living then in the most perfect, the most fundamental, the simplest manner of love. Now, since we're talking about energy tonight and how we can use energy to change the world, I want to talk about energy for a minute for people who maybe do not understand how energy works or what the concept of energy is, how to work with it and all of that. So energy is a life force. When we are alive because we have this energy within us. This energy is a part of our physical energy, the energy that keeps us alive, but it is more than that. It's the soul energy. It's the soul connection to God, the love energy, because that's what the God energy is the love energy. So energy is everything. Everything is energy. Energy is a feeling, but it's also a force. We're always using our energy. We are frequently unaware of it, but you know how sometimes we start to pick up on other people's feelings, or maybe maybe we know we're doing it. Sometimes we don't know we're doing it. Maybe we get that intuitive hunch or gut feeling about a person or a situation, and that's what it is your energy is just connecting to other people. It's just connecting. So we feel connected to certain people. Our energetic vibrations may be similar. So maybe some of our friends are very similar energetically. So that's why we connect with them. We feel connected sometimes when, you know how you meet somebody and all of a sudden you think, wow, I've just known this person forever. And maybe you haven't known them forever, but their energy is in alignment with yours. So when we become aware that everything is energy, everything around you, you are energy, you're acting from energy, energy keeps you alive, energy connects you with people, animals, everything. When you become aware of it, then you can also use it intentionally to create a new world, a new life experience for yourself and for other people. Big situations, small situations. This isn't, sometimes when we think of energy, we think that it's just limited to healing work, or we think it's limited to channeling spirits or something like that. But no, energy, everybody has it, and you can use it in so many different ways. Prayer is a form of energy work, isn't it? It's not the prayer of, I want this, please give it to me, prayer, not that one, but the prayer of healing and sending love and helping others and blessing them. That's a prayer, and that's a form of sending energy out. And today, because we're talking about using energy to create connections, emphasizing the oneness of everyone, this is really something that we can play with and have fun with. So what can you do with it? All of it is a form of sending love to individuals or groups. You can help people feel better, uplift them, or support them, like I did with the lady who was helping me with my blood work. You can connect with friends that you may not be able to, at this time, get physically close to. And I will talk about that in a minute, some ideas on how to do that. I shared a little bit of that last week, but I'll go a little bit more into detail with that today, so you know how to send energy to people and see how it all works out for you. You can send energy to diffuse negativity, sort of like I did with the lady with the blood work, but also other situations, and we certainly have enough negative situations happening right now. So I'm sure that you can think of some situations where you might want to send some positive energy to help diffuse it. You can send energy to one person at a time. You can send to people in groups, because everything you do expands the love energy and the oneness. So feeling energy, how to feel it, because I know sometimes people will say to me, well, I don't know if I'm feeling it. I don't know if I can. And when you're in the flow of your energy, so we want to know how to get there, how to access it. When you're in the flow of the energy, sometimes it feels like your life is really working out okay. It seems easy. Problems aren't overwhelming. They don't affect you as much. You're in that energetic flow. When you're in your energy and you're aware of it, sometimes you'll feel empowered. It feels like you can handle life and everything. You might even feel that connection with other people. When you're in the moments of gratitude, appreciation, that of course is a form of love, positive energy. And when you connect with it, that expands, and then you're also aware of that. So energy comes in lots of different ways, you know, with the kindness, the love, all forms of love, of course, the empathy, the compassion. So for a minute, what we might try is to feel that energy. And a few weeks ago, maybe months ago, I don't know, I lose track of time, we talked about this before. If you want to practice it, what you can do is think about somebody you love, somebody, an animal, a person, your daughter, your partner, whoever it is, somebody you really care for, and you think about them and you allow yourself to go into the feeling of it and what it feels to you when you think about this person. And as you're doing that, what you're doing is you're building up that energy. You're building it up and you're starting to feel it. That is the energy I'm talking about, the soul connected energy, the energy that connects to God. That energy will put you in a higher vibration, and then you have the ability to send it in different places. So the more you can play with that idea of just accessing it, feeling into it, the faster and easier it becomes to send it out. So how to send it out? So this is apparently just going to turn into a little class for you, since I can't see your comments, unfortunately. I'll revert back to what I did next week. Hold on 2 seconds. So I have a friend that I've been talking to, and he was having a bit of a rough day. So we were talking about sending energy to other people, and how I've been doing healing work for about 20 years now. And so I do a lot of distant healings. And when I do distant healings, I can send energy to people, of course, and they can feel the energy I'm sending them. So sometimes they can feel me, if I'm working on their shoulder, they'll say, oh, I felt you work at my shoulder. I could feel you doing that. Or I felt you touch me on my hand. So they'll tell me that. So I said to him, well, this would be very interesting. Why don't I try to send you some positive energy and then send a hug to you, because he was feeling lonely with everything that was happening in his life. And so we were just messing around, just to see what would happen. And as we did it, the next day he said, you're not going to believe this. I could actually feel it. It was like you were in the room with me. I could feel the energy. And of course, this can blow us away when we think about it from the linear, logical, human perspective. But if we recognize that everything is energy, that we are a part of the God energy, our soul, ourselves are a part of the God energy, then why can't we connect with people energetically? We can. And why can't we send love, healing, energy, a hug to somebody who's not in our physical presence? We can. But we've been brought up and conditioned to believe that some of the stuff is hokey pokey or, phooey and all of that stuff, but it's not. So we can do this. We are limitless. We think we're limited by our physical existence, and that's all that matters because we've been trained to believe that. But that's not true. That's not really what it is. This love energy is really the only thing in the universe, and we all have it. Energy is the only thing. So if everything is connected, then we are never limited by our physicalness. It can blow our minds a little bit here when you think about this, that we truly are unlimited, and that with that feeling of limitless, we have the ultimate power of creation. And within that creation is let's try that again. We're creating positive energies as we connect to other people, creating the oneness. So when we're sending this energy, which is what I really wanted to talk about, is how to use your energy, intentionally use it, to send it out there, to get it to people so that they can feel it, and you feel like you're making a difference in the world too. So you'll feel better, but other people will feel better as well. We're not going to be limited. So sending this, it's so simple to do. Once you understand everything is made up of energy, once you understand we're all connected with the energy, then the intention of sending it is really all you need. It's not something you're going to sit there and try really hard, and furrow your brow and make sure you're sending it and it works. No, you're going to just send it with that intention. We must always, when we send energy, we have to be careful about not being manipulative, not wanting to send the energy because we want something from the other person. We want to go from the highest and the best. We want them to feel better. We want to send them love, peace, empathy, something like that. So we want to do that. It's so very simple. If you're missing somebody, they're far away, or you just want to practice this idea, find somebody, connect with somebody, and somebody who's open-minded, so you can explain this to them and how it's going to work, and then you can play with it. And it's so much fun to do. It's as long as you have that playful manner about it, it really can work very well. We don't want it to be a try thing. So we want to play with it. We're experimenting. We're being curious. We're having fun. So I would suggest to do something similar to what I do when I'm doing a distant healing. So we would set a time and say, okay, I'm going to connect with you at 8 p.m. and I'm going to send the energy to you. You're going to be the person who receives. So you want to clarify who's doing what. So are you going to send energy, and you're going to send positive energy. Then before the time, 8 o'clock, then you will notice how both of you feel. You want to notice how you feel. So you touch in with your body, check the physical parts of your body, notice the areas that are stressed out, tense, check your mind, see if you're struggling with something up there. Just check how you're feeling. Then I always recommend that we take some deep breaths just to relax a little bit. And that's all it is, just to take some deep breaths to relax. So you want to know how you feel before it starts, because when the time comes and you start sending energy and they start receiving, then you'll notice the changes. So you have to pay attention before it starts, or you won't know what's different. Okay, so simple, isn't it? But if we don't think about it, sometimes, it's just, I don't like to waste time when I'm learning something or teaching something, and I want to make sure people get it, So when it comes time, I always tell people, and this is what I do, is I close my eyes so that I'm not distracted by what's happening around me. So I close my eyes and I have set my intention. I'm very clear about how I'm doing this, what I'm doing. I want to make sure it's clear, highest vibration possible. And then I just feel into that energy, and then I allow the energy to flow. Again, no force. We're allowing it to flow with our intention from you to the recipient. And so you're going to feel that, you're going to intend it to go, and you're going to send it. Now, what may happen as the sender is you may start to notice some things in your body. You may notice physical things in your body. You might get a little tingly in your head. You might feel a little lightheaded. Your hands might tingle. You might start to feel as though you need to move. Sometimes I'll notice I start moving when I'm channeling the healing energy. So you may notice some changes within your body as well. And if you get distracted or your thoughts wander away, you just bring them back and just say, okay, I'm just sending. And you want to just have that intention of sending, so you can put your hands out. Sometimes that helps to think about that. You want to be curious. You want to notice if there's any changes happening within you. If you get bored, you can always, because maybe you're just sending it mentally, but maybe you do need that hand motion. Maybe you need to say something. I'm sending energy to so-and-so. I'm sending them love energy. You can say or do whatever you want to continue sending energy. Now, the recipient will have also noticed how they felt before it started. So then what they will do is also shut their eyes, just so they're not distracted as well. It's not necessary, but it's easier, I feel. And then they will notice what they're feeling. And they might start to notice physical sensations as well. They might start to notice, as my friend did, to actually feel a hug. You might feel as though somebody's right next to you. You might start to feel things in your head where you just feel so much more peaceful. You might start to also get that tingly feeling in your head as well. So as a recipient, you may start to feel things too. So any change after that time is good. That change is going to help you. The change is going to help you connect and recognize that something's happening. Now, if you don't notice a change, either one of you, it doesn't really make a difference, because energy goes just like it's supposed to. It will do what it's going to do. Whether or not you feel it, the energy is working. I always tell people for healings, even if you don't notice anything, feel anything, it still worked. You got it. It's definitely there. So you can't fail at it. Sometimes, we might get too attached and think, oh, I hope this works. I really hope this works. I really hope this works. And so we've gotten attached, and then we're not allowing it to flow. So we want to just go, we can't fail at it. Whatever happens is the way it's supposed to happen. Whatever we experience is what we're going to happen. But if your intention is pure, you'll know you're doing the best you possibly can, and it's okay. It will be fine. So that is perfect. So as you do this, you're going to be open. You're going to allow. You may notice things, you may not, but it's fun to practice. And I'm quite sure that both of you will notice something. At the very least, you may feel more peaceful after. You may feel like you've made a difference. And that's awesome. Now, you don't want to dismiss this idea as we're working with energy and how it positively affects the world. You don't want to dismiss it as crazy or, oh, this is just off the wall. You don't want to judge yourself. Energy is amazing. And what energy can do, how energy works. I have been doing this, working with energy for 20 years. And I still, like I said, I get amazed and I'm awestruck at some of the things I've seen with the energy. And now with this consciousness shift, so many people are picking up on energy. And so many people are recognizing the value of sending that positive energy. And you hear sometimes about whole groups of people who are meditating for the peace of the world and how it does make a difference. That there have been scientific studies, where there's like, okay, we want this many people meditating at once, sending peace to the world. And then they measure the violent or upsetting episodes that happen and they decrease. And that's the fact. I've seen the scientific stuff out there. So you just want to recognize that your soul, has the power and you can use it to change your experience of life, which changes the world around you, which changes the world as well. It's not just limited to your experiences. It goes everywhere. So when you're doing this, even if you're sending energy to one person, you're creating the oneness. And that's what the consciousness shift is all about. We're creating that oneness. You're changing the world. You're living by the simple, the one true rule of love. Now, you can send the healing energy, the loving energy, positive energy. You can send it to people you don't know. If you're doing healing work, it's similar. You can send it to people you don't know because you're going to send it to their soul, and their soul has the free will. That's the word I want. The free will to accept it or not. Okay, so the soul can accept it or not. As you're doing this, you want to remember, of course, the pure motive, the high vibrational. You're not manipulating, trying to get something or make someone or something different. Okay, now speaking of, we've been going through these riots in different areas and the protests and the demonstrations. So if you were to send positive energy to that, you want to send the love, you want to send the peace, you want to send just the highest and the best energy. If you're trying to manipulate it in some way, trying to force what you think the proper outcome is, then you're not coming from the most pure perspective, the highest vibration possible. So you want to send the love energy. If you send the love energy as the most basic, simplest form, that will take care of everything. We have to remember, we don't always have control over the situations. We can't always change them. So we want to avoid getting attached to what we think the answer is. Yes, we want the peace, of course, but we don't want to be so attached to that the development of the situation doesn't go the way it's supposed to, according to whoever, God, whatever, the consciousness shift. So we want to make sure we have that pure motive. So you can also use this in so many different ways. So say you've argued with somebody, you've had an argument, and you're very angry and you're hurt. You can still create the oneness. You can still create that. So what you do, again, is you start with yourself. You want to access that loving energy within yourself. So set aside the argument. Just set it aside. Set aside those emotions that you're experiencing. Find the peace within yourself. Find the love. Think about somebody else. Think about something else. Whatever you have to do to access that in there. It's hard to send the love energy if you have not accessed it yet. So we want to access that energy. So think about it and then feel into it. You want to build that love, that light within yourself. And if you keep doing the deep breaths, you'll start to bring it in even stronger and stronger. So then you can send it to your arguer person. You can send it there. You're sending it to their soul, okay? They don't have to necessarily be aware you're sending them positive energy, right? So you're going to send that to them with the intention of love, peace, healing, the highest and best. Sometimes when we do things like this, sometimes even with prayers, when we're praying for somebody else, we kind of trick ourselves and attempt to use our energy to change them. And we must not do that. We don't want to trick ourselves and give ourselves permission thinking that we know all and we can help everybody else. We don't want to do that. So we're not trying to get them to see our point of view. We may be right, we may feel like we're right, but what we're doing is we're sending the positive energy to uplift the other person, okay? You may not like that person right now, but you can still send love to them. And that's a perfect thing to do. Now, you are a light towards creating this oneness. Every time you connect your energy with another person and share your love with an individual by sending it, anytime you do this, you're changing the world. You are literally changing the world. And you're doing it one experience, one moment at a time. And so many of us don't recognize our power, the power we have to do this. We weren't brought up, people, most of us, if not, well, very much most of us, have not been brought up with the idea that we can change situations, how we feel, how we perceive the world, that we can have positive effects on other people without taking some kind of physical action, telling somebody what to do or helping them physically. But we can take that action with our energy and send the energy, and it does make a difference. It really does. It's really amazing to watch. And we definitely want to make sure we're aware of that power we have. Now, I do not have, as I said before, cannot see your comments. I'm so sorry. So if you've been writing comments, then I can actually see them, later. I will respond there. And we won't do this again this way so that we can deal with that. So since I can't see your comments, I will wrap up very shortly here. So I do want to again tell you who I am. Colleen Vanderzijden. I'm a medium at Lilydale, and I'm an intuitive life coach as well. And as a life coach, I help people take action to create their life of their dreams. All sorts of different action, because we would talk about the energy as well as some other things too. I am getting ready to put out, I'm going to be doing some small group teachings and coachings. And these have come from requests from people over the last couple of months. My intention, and I will post this on my Facebook page, Colleen Vanderzijden, medium and intuitive life coach. I will post various options there to get your opinions as to which courses and coaching groups you would like me to do. I don't want to do too many because I don't want to overwhelm people. But I know I'm going to do one on anxiety because that has been requested a lot. I've had several people request that I do a coaching group basically on healing, how to do healing work, different forms of healing, all of that. That one will be a little bit longer because there's so much information there. There'll be just like a 4 or 6 week kind of thing. And I'm going to do something else on transforming the illusion of who you are. So there's a whole bunch of them, but I will post them all for you, and you can let me know which ones you like. So I'm hoping to do that within a week. I've got to chat with my assistant and find out some of the technical aspects of that before I do it. So I'm going to be doing some of that. If you're interested in coming to Lilydale this summer, remember it's a limited opening. I recommend buying your gate passes ahead of time so you can be sure to get in, particularly on a weekend. During a weekday, you'll probably be okay. And you want to definitely call your favorite medium ahead of time, whoever that person may be, or email them to check to see if they are doing in-person readings, because some of the mediums are not. There will be outdoor services at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. and a 2:30 church service every day. So those things are still happening. The price to get in is still the same at $15. And let's see, the bargain shop is open. It's going to be open, and the Crystal Cove will not be open. Lucy's coffee shop is not going to be open, as I understand it. Some of the guest houses are not open, but some are. So you definitely want to call those ahead of time as well, or check their websites, of course. The library and the museum are closed, but the bookstore will be open, limited to a certain number of people to get in at a time. I think it might be 2. So there's a whole bunch to think about. But I do want to say also that most mediums, and I included, we are still doing phone and various forms of video readings, so you can connect with your medium that way, which may be safest, at least in the beginning of season, until we really know what's going on. Right now, Lilydale's in an area where there's not a whole lot of the virus happening, but the numbers are increasing slightly. So, as we open up more, and it's natural, and there's more testing, so of course the numbers are going to go up. So, you guys decide, of course, what's right for you. I'm never going to tell anybody to do anything. So anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm sorry I could not see your comments today. I'm sure you made some really awesome ones. So I will definitely find them. I hope I can find them. I hope they're there. And we will have some fun with that. And you can connect with me at ColleenVanderzijden.com, and remember, lilydaleassembly.org. So you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you next week. Remember to use your energy, positive ways this week. Positive ways. Send it out. Positive, pure motive, all of that stuff. So have fun practicing it, because it's really a fun thing to do. So you have fun, and I will see you next week. Bye.